Welcome you all. On this session, I will explain about how to measure the pressure in a system. So, measurement of pressure. So, there are two methods or systems are adopted. That is, a manometers. So, manometers, so devices used for measuring the pressure at a point in a fluid by balancing the column of fluid by same or another column of fluid. So here there are different types of manometers are used. So the first one is simple manometers. So that is either maybe physiometer, YouTube manometer, and single column manometer. The second types of manometers are differential manometers. The one more method that is directly pressure values can be obtained by using mechanical gauges and devices used for measuring pressure by balancing the fluid column by the spring or dead weight. And there are different types of mechanical gauges are used. The first one is a diaphragm pressure gauge, second one is a burden tube pressure gauge, third one is dead weight pressure gauge. So in this session, I will explain about the different types of manometers to measure pressure. And in mechanical gauges, the one more type of gauges, that is a bellows pressure gauge. The first one is physiometer. So this figure 2.2 that shows the arrangement of physiometer. So here I want to measure the pressure at point A. So here in this session, in this type of physiometer, the one point is connected to the point where pressure is to be measured. That means now, according to this figure, so I want to measure the pressure at point A. The another end is open to atmosphere. So actually, the L type of glass tube is used here. So here the one end is connected to the system where I want to measure the pressure. The another end is open to atmosphere. The rise of liquid gives the pressure head at that point. So now here we can see the rise of liquid level in a glass tube for the height of h. So that shows the rise of liquid. So due to the pressure head. Then pressure. The pressure is calculated by using expression rho into G into H. The rho is equals to density of fluid, G is equals to acceleration due to gravity, that is equals to 9.81, and H is equals to the rise of liquid level in the glass tube. So this H value is depends on the pressure on that system at point A. So this is a basic easy type of the manometer system to measure the measurement of pressure. So unit of this pressure is Newton per meter square. The second type of manometer, that is U-tube manometer. So in case I want to measure the gauge pressure, so now I want to measure the pressure at point A, and U-tube manometer is connected to the system. The one point is open connected to the point where pressure is to be measured. That means I want to measure the pressure at point A now. The another end of the U-tube manometer is open to atmosphere. So because of the pressure, because of the gauge pressure, here we can see the rise of liquid level in the right limb. So there are actually two limbs are considered, the left limb as well as right limb. So in here we can see the rise of liquid level in the right limb because of what? Higher pressure at point A or gauge pressure. That is, that pressure is higher than the atmospheric pressure. The pressure above datum line in left column. So now one datum line or the reference line is considered. So now pressure above the datum line in the left column is measured as the pressure is equals to the pressure at point A plus the pressure at for the pressure for the height of h1. The pressure at the height of h1 is equals to rho 1 into g into h1. So that shows the pressure above the datum line in the left column. In similar manner, find what is the pressure above the datum line in the right column. The pressure at the right column is equals to rho 2 into G into H2. So equating these two equations, so now pressure at point A is equals to rho 2 into G into H2 minus rho 1 into G into H1. So here rho 1 and rho 2 that represents the density of liquid 1 and density of liquid 2. So in case I want to measure the vacuum pressure means the pressure is lesser than the atmospheric pressure. The similar type of YouTube manometers are used. So now this figure shows the arrangement of YouTube manometer to measure the vacuum pressure. So once again here the one end is connected to a system where I want to pressure to be measured and the right limb is open to atmosphere. So because of this vacuum pressure, we can observe, we can see the drop in liquid level in right limb. The one point is connected to the point where pressure is to be measured. Another end is open to atmosphere. The pressure above datum line in the left column. So here the pressure at point B is equals to pressure at point B plus rho 1 into G into H1. So that is the pressure at for the height of H1 and pressure head for the height of H2, that is rho 2 into G into H2. Now pressure above datum line in the right column, so that is equals to 0. So that is equals to 0, that means there is atmospheric pressure on the datum, above the datum line in the right column. So now equating these two equations, we will get the pressure is equals to minus rho 2 into G into H2 plus rho 1 into G into H1. So here minus sign indicates that is a vacuum pressure. Next type of manometer, that is a vertical single column manometer. The figure 2.15 that shows arrangement of vertical single column manometer. So in this system, one small reservoir is used and one point is connected to the pressure where to be measured. The another end is open to the atmosphere. So now XX datum line in the reservoir and right limb when it is not connected to the pipe. So initially the datum line is taken as XX. So now the right limb, so here the pipe is there is a reservoir pipe is not connected to the pipe. So when it is connected to the pipe, heavy liquid in the reservoir will pushed downward. So because of the higher pressure at a point A, so this heavy liquid in a reservoir that will be pushed in downward direction. So now we can observe the change in level of liquid in a reservoir for the delta H, for the height of delta H. So H2, that indicates the rise of heavy liquid in the right limb. So because of pressure applied onto this heavy liquid in a reservoir, so that pressure causes the rise of liquid level in the right limb. So that indicated the height of H2. H1, height of center of pipe above XX. Now P of A, the pressure at point A, and capital letter A, that shows cross section area of the reservoir, and small letter A, there is a cross section area of the right limb. So S1, specific gravity of liquid in pipe. S2, specific gravity of heavy liquid in reservoir and right limb. Rho 1 and rho 2, density of liquid in pipe as well as in reservoir. So these are the terms connected to this vertical single column manometer. Delta H, that shows the fall of heavy liquid in reservoir. Same figure is considered here. The fall of heavy liquid in reservoir, that is equals to rise of liquid level in the right limb. The fall of liquid level, the fall of the liquid level for the height of delta H, so that is equals to rise of liquid level in the right limb for the height of H2. That means the A area into delta H is equals to area of the right limb for the then height of rise of liquid level for the height of H2. So now delta H is equals to A into H2 by capital letter A. So now pressure above YY in the right limb. Pressure above YY datum line in the right limb. So here the density of fluid 2, that is rho 2 into G, the liquid level above the YY is equals to for the height of delta H plus H2. The pressure above YY in the left limb, so that is equals to rho 1 into G, that is density of liquid 1 into G delta H plus H1 plus P of A, that pressure at point A. Equating these two pressure values, the pressure readings, so now P of A, pressure at point A is equals to rho 2 into G delta H plus H2 minus rho 1 into G delta H plus H1. So that is the expression for manometer reading in vertical column type. So finally, this one is get reduced to delta H rho 2 into G minus rho 1 into G plus H2 rho 2 G minus H1 rho 1 G. So now A into delta H is equals to A into H2, already we derived that delta H is equals to A into H2 by capital letter A. So now P of A is equals to A into, so delta H is equals to A into H2 by capital letter A, rho 2 into G minus rho 1 into G plus H2 rho 2 G minus H1 rho 1 G. If ratio of small letter A, cross section area of the glass tube or right limb to the cross-section area of the reservoir is very very small, that can be neglected. So finally this expression becomes P of A is equals to rho 2 into H2 G minus H1 rho 1 G. Next one, inclined single column manometer. The previous one is vertical single column manometer. So in case that a column is placed at certain angle for the theta, so that is called as an inclined single column manometer. The other arrangements are similar to the vertical column manometer. So now the pressure at A is equals to P of A H2 rho 2 G minus H1 rho 1 G. Already we derived this expression for the vertical single column manometer. The substitute the value of H2 as the P of A is equals to the height H2 is equals to L into sine theta because of the inclination. So that H2, the height of H2 is taken as L into sine theta into rho 2 G minus H1 rho 1 G. So now differential manometer, the another type of manometer, that is a differential manometer. So differential manometers are the devices used for measuring the differences of pressures between 2 points in a pipe or in two different pipes. So the different types of the differential manometers are the U-tube differential manometer, inverted U-tube differential manometer. The first one is U-tube differential manometer. For the different levels it is used. So now there are two pipes, the pipes A and pipe B, and these two pipes are placed at the different levels and liquid is flowing through this pipe A as well as pipe B. So in case now I want to measure the what is the pressure difference between this pipe A and pipe B. So now U-tube differential manometer is connected between these two pipes. So here H there shows the difference of mercury level in the U-tube after connecting the U-tube to the pipe A and pipe B. Then Y is equals to distance of center of B from the mercury level in the right limb. X is equals to distance of center of A from the mercury level in the right limb. Then rho is the density of liquid at A, rho 2 is equals to density of liquid at B, and rho of G is the density of heavy liquid or mercury. So now pressure above XX line in the left limb is rho 1 G into H plus X plus P of A. Pressure above XX line in the right limb rho of G into H plus rho 2 into G into Y plus P of B. Then equating these two expressions, so now P of A minus P of B, that means pressure difference between these two pipes P of A to P of B is equals to rho G into H into G plus rho 2 into G into Y minus rho 1 to G H plus X. The P of A minus P of B is equals to G into H taken common outside, then rho G minus rho 1 plus rho 2 G into Y minus rho 1 G X. So now U-tube manometer, differential manometer, that is connected at the same level. The previous type is the pipes are placed at the different levels, but in this case now pipes are placed at the same level, and U-tube manometer is connected between these two pipes A and B. So now what is the pressure difference between these two pipes? Now same level and same liquid of density rho 1 and same liquid is flowing through the pipe A and B. Then pressure above XX line in the right limb is taken as rho of G into G into H plus rho of 1 G into X plus PB, the P of B, pressure at point B. Pressure above XX line in the left limb, that is rho of 1 into G into H plus X plus P of A. Equating these two, the P of A minus P of B is equals to rho G into G into H plus rho 1 into G into X minus rho 1 into G H plus X. After simplifying this expression, the pressure difference between these two pipes P of A minus P of B is equals to G into H rho G minus rho 1. Next, inverted U-tube differential manometer. Now U-tube manometer that is placed in inverted direction and pipes are placed at different levels, the pipes A and B. So differential U-tube manometer connected at the point A and B here. Pressure below XX line in the left limb is equals to P of A minus rho 1 G into H1. The pressure below XX line in the right limb P of B minus rho 2 into G into H2 minus rho of S into G into H. Equating these two will get the difference of pressure at point A and point B is equals to rho 1 into G into H1 minus rho 2 into G into H2 minus rho of S into G into H. Hence, in this session, we studied about what are the different types of manometers are used in order to measure the pressure. Thank you.